See trees of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Hello, 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 and good afternoon. This is the Psychic Spectrum Radio Show, the last one of the year. It's 2024, New Year's Eve of 2025, and we are here. I'm Skip.
We're here, all right. And I'm Sharon, the Princess of Chocolate and Sparkles.
Yeah.
And we're here to help you end the year and get ready for the new year.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Your phone is making noise on the...
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll move it over here.
Picks up the energy and makes static on our headsets. Anyhow.
Okay.
How is everybody?
I made a mistake.
We hope everybody's doing good. Oh, JM's with us. Yay, she signed in. Hi. How is the snow over there? You probably have about 10 inches of snow, I would assume. And Allison from Canada. Allison, how are you? And do you have any snow up there? You guys are getting a cold Arctic blast coming up from Canada, right, I think, where you live, and coming straight down into the U.S.
Really?
Yep. I saw it on the news this morning.
Well, ain't that something?
So.
That's something.
We have a favorite stone of the day.
Well, we do, but I thought I had it up, and I don't have it. Give me a minute. Huh? Give me a minute.
But anyhow,
I had it.
We have a stone of the day, and then we also have something we're going to talk about that you need to hear. If you didn't hear it on Saturday, you need to listen to it today, because this is the day you have to do it, and you have to do it between 1 and 3 o'clock. You need to have it completed by 3 o'clock. So we're gonna get into that topic in a short minute, because we want to give you enough time between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock to get everything you need to do and put it in the right spot, in the right place, and in the right order. It'll work for you.
I had it, but somehow it didn't save it, so I had to go back in and get it. Yes. And actually the countdown has started. It's 1 p.m. right now. So between now and 3 p.m., you've got to do the abundance ritual to be sure you have money coming in next year whenever you really need it.
Wendy's with us. Yay. Hi, Wendy. She's just got hers done. She's in Montana at 2 o'clock.
Well, that's good. We'll do ours at 2 o'clock.
Good timing, yeah.
We have to leave at 2 o'clock today, because we got to get it done.
Allison's got it done. Wendy's got it done.
Good.
Wendy says that, or Allison says that we had lots of rain. The snow is almost gone.
Oh.
So that's bad, because now you're going to get the big freeze.
Oh,
so anything left is going to be an sheet of ice.
Well, as we know, 12/31, that's today.
Yeah.
Comes out to a 6.
And look at Wyoming girl. Happy New Year. We set up our abundance ritual today. Good for you.
Good. This being a 6, it's being in service. So we're leaving the year. I'm sounding like I'm in a barrel again. That bugs me. Anyway, it's like we're leaving the year being in service and wanting to help people and helping people and finding the good things in life. And that's a good way to leave a year. It really is. And 1/1/2025 is tomorrow, and that's going to be an 11. So that's a spiritual messenger. So those 2 days combined are pretty darn powerful, I'd say.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So
Allison says it's 4 o'clock there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're 3 hours ahead of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Allison, I forgot, what city are you in? Was it Montreal or Quebec? Or maybe it's neither of those. I don't know. I forgot. I just know Canada.
I can't help you there.
JM over there, I got to ask you, how much snow do you have? Got to be about 10 inches, isn't it? From what I'm hearing, the pass has got 10 inches over the last 24 hours.
Well, that's good. That's good for the water, whatever they call it. The water level, or
the watershed.
Snow, watershed. That's what it is. Anywho, so we did the numerology of the day, and The stone for today is shungite.
Shungite.
Whatever.
And I have
shun. I call it shun.
I have pictures.
Okay.
So hold on a second.
And since I had to go back and get this again, I find this a very unique stone. I've heard of it. I knew about it, but I never really read up on it, you know? And it's an ancient stone believed to be almost 2 billion years old.
Really?
Yeah. And it's a very powerful stone that is said to be the miracle stone.
Hold it away from your camera, your
What,
microphone.
am I making noise
there
again?
You go.
Oh, sorry. And it's also called the stone of life. I would think with 2 billion years to its credit, it must know something.
Yeah.
You know?
Now what I'm showing, this is the uncut version.
I have never seen a polished one. So that may be how it's kept.
It's not polished, but this one is
you lost it.
I gotta
anyway,
do it again.
It was formed when there was no life forms on Earth, deep within the Earth crust, and it's known for its incredible healing and protection properties. It is a stone of transformation because it is a stone of superpowers, which I find weird because we have a stone actually called the 7 superpowers. Remember that stone?
Yeah.
So who knows? Put those two together, what the heck would you get?
Yeah, no.
It's called the Stone of Alchemy, and due to its amazing properties, it's unlike any other stone. So I just found that kind of cool. It cures, rescue. I'm not a doctor. I don't say this does. I'm just telling you what it says it does. Okay, I'm not proclaiming it.
Right.
But it cures, rescues, purifies, heals, protects, normalizes, restores, and even stimulates the growth. Now, by growth, I don't think it means like you grow older, you grow younger. I think it's spiritual growth. And it kills and devours anything that harms people. If it would let me stay on the page, we could get this done a lot quicker. Come here. Doggone it. That's why I don't like to use a phone like that. Okay, do it another way. That harms people and other living beings and concentrates and restores all of that is good. The scholars who have studied this stone in one voice declare it a miracle. From the book by Dorima Shungite, or however you say it, Shungite.
Well, that's how it got its name.
It's the stone savior. So this stone's got a lot of qualities. And I mean, you should really Google it. Shungite. Shungite. You should Google it and read about it. It's a kind of a really cool history and stone.
Wendy says she wears a shungite pendant. It's been polished and it's shiny black.
I've never seen one polished. That's kind of cool. So does it look kind of like obsidian or, when that's polished? That would be cool.
And look who checked in. It's Becky down in Texas. Yay. Hi, Becky.
Happy New Year. Well, anyway, Happy New Year to everyone. And, as far as the affirmation for today goes, I'm just going to stick with try to stay on the higher road of life, and it shall take you to places you wouldn't believe.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, what Wyoming girl says they have 24 inches of snow there.
Oh, wow. Oh, you would love that, wouldn't you?
And yeah.
You would love
Catherine in Ireland
says,
I got my loaf and the bedroom door is shut all day. Good for you.
Good job.
Good for you.
Well, since we, we have to say hi to...
Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's already the New Year over there.
It is, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was watching the news, that Australia, everybody, they've all been celebrating, because fireworks and all that, but it's kind of cool.
Oh, wait, they're only 8 hours ahead of us, so it's 9 o'clock there, so it's not quite New Year's Eve.
Okay,
yeah. New Year's.
Yeah, you're right. So anyway, I got to say hi to Johnny Dollar in New York. Happy New Year. And also to Derek, wherever you are. Happy New Year. And also to John in Tacoma. And to all our peeps at the showcase. It's been 2 weeks. We've got one more week to go. And then we'll be back at the Poodle Dog and Fife. And because they're closed on those holidays, so we can't be there because it happens to land on a Wednesday this year. So we've had 2 weeks vacay. And we had the kids... Sunday night, Monday, and I'm tired.
And it's been absolutely weird having this time off.
Yeah, but I like it. I like it, but I miss everybody. But also to all the peeps all around the world, because I call you all part of my peeps, and you're actually in peep land if you're into the psychic spectrum.
Peep land.
So our peep land is growing. We're all over the world and we love it. And so I hope you all just have a very happy and prosperous new year. And I don't see why we shouldn't if we pay attention to what we should be paying attention to and living life like we should.
Yep.
And that's not easy, let me tell you.
Okay, now, because we need to
fall
conserve
backwards.
time so people have time to go do this, the annual
Yes, let's
New
do that
Year's
now.
Eve abundance
Okay,
ritual.
so the ones that are still to where it's 1 o'clock somewhere,
Yeah,
or even 2 o'clock, I guess.
or 3 o'clock. You
Well,
can get
3
it done
o'clock's
real
too
quick.
late.
Well,
3 o'clock's too late. We talked about it last Saturday, and it's on the website. Skip put it up last Saturday. So you can actually go to the abundance ritual on our website, psychicspectrum.com, and you can read the whole thing. What it comes down to is you take, you have to go between the hours of 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. on New Year's Eve, which is today. And you got to buy a fresh, excuse me, you have to buy a fresh loaf of French bread. You know, the kind that come in those paper sleeves from the bakery that are usually warm about this time of day because they usually put them out around 1, 2, or 3. Anyway, you take that. It can't be garlic bread. It can't be any other kind of bread. Can't be sliced French bread from the bread aisle. It's got to be a regular loaf of what we know French bread to be. That long tubular thing.
Unsliced
And ungarliced.
Right, no garlic.
Anyway, so you need a French bread, you need your Bible or whatever you call your holy book, and a dollar bill. And what you do between the hours of 1 p.m. and 3 p.m., you go buy your French bread, you bring it home, you get your Bible or holy book and set it on your nightstand in the bedroom, put a dollar bill in it, doesn't matter where, just flip through the pages and put a dollar. I like to, when I flip and put the dollar bill in, I like to see what verse I landed on.
Yeah.
Just because it's a message. And after you've done that, lay the French bread out of the wrapper. It's got to be out of the wrapper on top of the Bible on your nightstand and leave it there overnight. And the next day you can take it and make it soft again in the microwave or throw it away or make French toast, whatever you choose to do. But that is all you have to do. And it has to be done on New Year's Eve. So if you don't do it between 1 and 3 p.m. today, you got to wait another year for this to happen.
And what happens if they do this?
They will have money whenever they really need it. Now, I'm not saying they're going to become millionaires. They might need $10 for gas or $10 for milk and bread. You're going to get it. It'll be there.
We've done it for 50 years. And it's worked 49 out of the 50.
Yeah.
I made a mistake one year and left the bedroom door open, and our Dalmatian that we used to have ran in there and gobbled down some of the bread.
Half of the loaf.
Yeah.
Exactly half before we caught her.
Right.
And what happened in June of that year?
In June of that year, I lost my job that I had of 26 years.
Yep.
So all you need to remember is shut the door. Like Catherine said, she shut the door over there in Ireland.
Yeah, that's the only real warning is that if you do have pets or if they sleep with you at night, you got to put this bread and Bible where they can't get to it.
Right.
So you got to shut the door during the day. And, and if you do have cats or animals, dogs that are in the bedroom at night, then put it high enough where they can't get to it.
And we don't guarantee a thing here, but we're telling you that it's been our experience and thousands of people over the last 50 years that have told us that works.
Yeah.
And people we don't even talk to anymore that are still doing it.
And I don't know, Skip said 5. I do not remember 5. I only remember one person coming back to me and saying, it didn't work. I've got bad luck. And I says, well, what did you do? And she says, well, I didn't have the loaf of French bread. So I just took one slice of French bread. That don't work. What you did was you broke what you're trying to do. You got to do it exactly how it says. I don't know why, but if it works, it ain't broke, you don't fix it. So she didn't put it on a Bible. She put it on another book. She used one slice of just French bread out of a loaf of sliced French bread she had. And the intent wasn't there. She didn't do it the way it was supposed to be done. So I do not take any kind of responsibility for that one because she didn't follow the rules, you might say. She didn't do what she's supposed to do.
Okay, so we've said this now. You can go on our website, psychicspectrum.com, print it off. It's right there. The link to it is right there on the home sheet, homepage. And you now have 45 minutes. Let's see, hour and 45 minutes to get it done if you're in the West Coast, the 1 o'clock time frame.
Yeah.
So people up in Canada and Ontario, to Wyoming.
They ought to have it done by now.
Texas, yeah. Everybody out there, you guys should have it done by now if you're in a time zone other than ours.
Yeah.
And if you aren't, then you got time to do it.
Yeah. And I really hope you got a chance to do it. If not, you'll do it on New Year's Eve of 2025. But that's how long you have to wait.
And Allison,
so Mort checked in. Allison said she did what she thought. She bought 2 loaves.
She made good on her promise,
which is good. She's not putting 2 loaves on the Bible. She's going to eat one and then put the other on the Bible.
Cut the ends off,
which I totally get that. I do. I would do the same thing.
Yeah,
I love French bread.
I don't like the ends.
I love French bread.
I do too, but I don't like the ends.
Oh, I love the ends. That's the best part of the bread.
Yeah. Like,
ends of any homemade bread product is the best part.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just the way it is.
I asked Wyoming girl how much snow she has. They got 24 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And JM said that they had it and it's rain melted it all away. But
that's okay. I'm sure there's more coming.
Yeah. But you need to remember, you guys, in the Midwest and even the South is going to get an Arctic blast coming from Canada straight down into the U.S.
Wow.
And so we'll blame it on Canada.
Yeah, let's blame it on Canada.
It's Trudeau's fault. How's that?
No, it's not.
No. But it's going to come down and it's going to be cold one, they say. Cold.
You know, I came from I came from a simple family. You know, we were poor. We didn't have a lot. But my mom, every Wednesday was bread making day. Okay. Or cinnamon roll. It was usually bread, but that woman could bake anything. But so she made at least 4 loaves every Wednesday. Now think of that, 4 loaves of bread. One would go to a neighbor. My dad and I loved the ends, right? So by the time she got done with, 2 of the loaves, one was gone. The other one just had the middle. Yeah. There wasn't much left.
I know.
Because Dad would take one end, I'd take the other. But
Allison
those
says
are good memories.
That the best part is the first thing that she does when she gets home from the groceries, eat the ends and put her food away. Yep.
Oh, you can't beat the ends of homemade or French bread with butter.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. You can't. And if you happen to have Amish butter, which our Safeway carries it, I don't know if anybody else does.
Amish butter.
Amish butter, and we get it at Safeway. It's in the it's where they keep all the what do they call that area?
Dairy
area. Thank you.
Derriere.
Anyway, it's a roll. It's like they've made this roll of butter and they wrapped it in white butcher paper, you might say. Probably better than butcher paper, but anyway, and it's got this label on it. It's called Amish. Oh, it's the best butter in the world.
Yeah, it is.
And it's got really good ingredients.
Yeah,
if I remember right.
For you too.
So, but yeah,
Linda joined us. See her up there.
Oh, okay.
And then also Mort joined us.
Yeah.
From
Crystal's on.
Yeah. Crystal over in the northeast.
Now you would think she would have snow by now.
Yeah,
because she's really up there.
But I thought that Yakima would too, where JM lives, and there's.
Well, Yakima's not too far from the pass, but it's a good hour or so, isn't it? So it's not right at the top where the pass is.
30 to 45 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, but I'm sure they will get more. I think it's, the weather. You think after all these years of all the stuff we have been able to do, they could get the weather right. But, weather is still a fickle little thing. It does what it wants.
Check this out. Crystal says that the French bread was sold out in town today at the store that she went to. So luckily she made French bread.
There you go.
Bread maker.
Yep.
And it's ready to go.
Good.
And Vicky,
the whole thing is if you make the French bread, you got to make it on the day of.
Yeah.
So you may have to get up and do it at 8 and 9 in the morning, whatever, and have it ready by 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. Mm-hmm. But that's good. That's good.
See, Vicky's an hour behind us.
You got me. I can't remember time
1 or 2 hours over there in Hawaii.
Yeah.
But Vicky, did you get your bread ready for the your French bread for the abundance ritual?
Anyhow, so just do it. It's all about intent. If you have to work, get the bread and the Bible and put it on your dashboard of the car till you come home, and then put it by your nightstand. People have done that had to work on New Year's Eve, and it did work. So I can't say it won't work. It's all about intent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there again, intent isn't everything, because that woman did with the French slice, and that intent didn't work. So it's got to be a wholehearted attempt. You know what I mean?
Check this out. This is proof we had our grandkids here for 2 days and a half. This is our son's car that he played with when he was little, and he's now 43 years old.
44.
and the kids are still playing with it. So he left it here in our studio. So
what is that? The Dukes of Hazzard?
No, it's just a Dodge
It does
Challenger.
something, like the wheels. Oh, it's like a transformer type thing.
Transformer car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Vicky says we're 2 hours ahead of her.
Ah, okay. So it's actually 3:00 there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, it's noon.
It's 1:00 here. It's 3:00 there.
It's 11 there. No, she's behind us.
Oh, behind us? Oh, then she has time to do the bread.
We went to Hawaii 2 years ago?
I do, but I don't remember time frames.
They're 2 hours.
I'm thinking they're 2 hours ahead of us.
And so I
think they're ahead of us. I don't think it's behind us.
Okay, Vicky, it's 1:21
a French baguette. Now. People have tried it. I don't recommend it, but if it's better than nothing, and it is a long loaf of French bread.
It's all about the intent.
Yeah, if you have time and can get the regular French bread, I'd do it. But a baguette in a pinch, you could try it. I'm not going to guarantee it though. I've always just stuck to what it said and used the French bread.
Yeah, Vicky's.
It's 11:21 there, so they're 2 hours behind us.
So you have time between 1 and 3. Get your French bread.
Yeah, and go to the website and print that thing off if you want, just so you know exactly what to do.
Yeah, or you can just take your phone and do it at the store.
Yeah. But, so are we done with that topic?
Yeah. If anybody has any questions on the French bread abundance
type
ritual,
them in.
Type it in now.
Yeah.
But you can go to our website. It's right on the homepage. Just scroll down one little bit of the wheel, and you'll see it there. You click on that, and it'll take you right to it. You can print it off. You can save it, and we hand it out to people.
Give it out to people.
You know.
Yeah, because it's one of those I want you to pass along.
Yeah,
it's helpful and it's good for everyone.
Every year we do it, and it works. So Leonard's on from England.
Yeah, I do want to say hi to Jeannie. She's probably out busy, not listening right now. But her birthday was the 29th, right?
Yep.
And she got sick.
Yep.
The day of her birthday.
We were going to see her.
Yeah, we were going to go, and I don't know what she's got, but it's not good. I mean, it's like a coldish, fluish. She says she can't swallow. So yeah, it could be what Sharon had. But so she's going to the doctor today. So, but anyway, what a thing to happen on your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate being sick on my birthday.
So anyhow, happy belated birthday, Jeannie.
Yeah. Well, we said happy the day before, so now we'll say it happy afterwards. But she'll get her present at some point.
Yeah.
But I ran across this, and I thought the last day of the year would be a cool thing to read.
All right, read.
It's called The 7 Rules of Life.
Yeah.
And I think that, it's kind of what I'm talking about when I said in the affirmation, if we can live our highest, stay on the higher road and become the best person we can be to help other people and help ourselves along the way. Mm-hmm. So these 7 rules of life, I found them kind of interesting. So I'm going to read them. The first one, make peace with your past. Now that's a big one.
That's right.
So it won't disturb your present. Does that make sense to you? It does to me. I mean, if you live in the past all the time, you cannot be happy now. Yeah. You can't. Number 2, what other people think of you is none of your business.
That's right.
That is so true, but it's hard. Care. It's hard. All I can say is do your best and do what you always do. And I think eventually what other people have found out and said, well, I heard this, but I haven't seen that or whatever. Other people will see the truth.
Yeah.
So you don't have to really worry that much about what people think of you. As long as you know you're doing the right thing and being a good person, that's all that counts,
Before you go on.
What?
Debbie's joined in from Texas.
Okay.
Jana's with us.
Okay.
And Shaylee is with us.
All right. Happy New Year to you all. Number 3. Time heals almost everything. Give it time. It won't necessarily make you never know about it or think about it or feel sad or happy about it, but it'll make you to where you can actually have a good time. Because we are here still living, and you can't quit living.
Read that last one again.
Time heals almost everything. Give it time. Yep. So, I think a lot of people, and this is my own personal opinion, I think a lot of people cut themselves short because they don't give time a chance. They're angry, they're mad, they're upset. They see it one way, and if you just give it more time, everybody runs at a different time pace and a different cycle. Just because you may get it doesn't mean the one next to you gets it. You know, you got to give it time for them to do their thing. Either think about it, react to it, change, whatever. Time is a big element. Anyway, number 4. No one is in charge of your happiness except you. That's true.
Yep.
How many people live life not really enjoying or knowing what makes themselves happy? Because they're told that they shouldn't want it, they shouldn't think it, they don't need it, they don't want it. You know, I think the older you get, you begin to wake up to the point, it's okay if I want that. Doesn't matter if they thought I wanted it. If it makes me happy, you know, that's all that counts, right?
Yeah.
I think aging has a lot to do with that. Wisdom, I think that's part of wisdom. I really do. Number 5. Don't compare your life to others and don't judge them. You have no idea what their journey is all about. That is so true. It's like the adage, until you've walked in my shoes, you have no right to judge me. And that is another so true thing. Because what is going on behind those eyes that are smiling and laughing could be a lot of tears from stuff nobody understands, you know? So you really can't judge them. And that is something I think we all as humans do. I don't think we should, but I think it's a human trait. And we really should work against that. Number 6, stop thinking too much. It's all right not to know the answers. That's another true one.
Yep.
You cannot know everything. Although I know a lot of people out there think they do, but you don't. You don't. Some are faking it. That's why that adage, fake it till you make it, came up. I am the first to say I am not the end all be all. We don't know everything.
Oh.
We're not supposed to. And there's other people out there that have had different experiences, different life experiences, different spiritual experiences that may know and probably do know more than we do. I will never say we know it all, because we don't.
Leonard says, I agree there. And then Patricia is with us. She says, I say that all the time.
Thank you.
And Debbie says, I detest it when people assume or judge.
I know, because they don't know what it's all about. You know, until they live in my body and have my brain and my experiences, they have no right to judge me. Or anybody, or, you know, anybody. Number 7, smile. You don't own all the problems in the world. You may feel like you do, but you don't. If you had the chance to look at the world and everybody else's problems, you would probably get down on your knees and thank God you only had yours.
Yep.
And that is, it's kind of, the commercials are really heartbreaking, and I know that's why they are, to get people to want to give and all that. I get that. But when I see like the cancer, children's cancers and the dogs that are chained up, you know, it hits me at the heart chakra. But I'm saying to myself, how lucky we were and are that our son was okay. He had asthma, but he was okay. Yeah. So, oh yeah. And it could have been worse. It could have been worse. And our grandchildren are healthy, and we're healthy. There's so much to be grateful for, that if you turn your vision around and look at the positive things to be grateful for, and not so much live in the negative world, which I believe is another human trait, because we all get stuck in that victim mode and that puddle mode and why me and I wish and all. I mean, Skip even said when I die, he's putting on my tombstone, I wish. Because I say I wish all the time.
I wish.
But
period.
But I know the difference. It's just a terminology.
You know what Albert Einstein used to say?
I never met the man. I know I'm old, but I didn't meet the man.
He used to say, no matter what your problems are,
yeah,
go to sleep, forget them and go to sleep. And then he said that God will take care of them while you sleep. And if he doesn't, there's a lesson you're supposed to learn from it, and he'll take care of it tomorrow. That's true too.
Well, and having said that, I am very big and stand tall in the respect that what I say, everything in this life is a lesson or a blessing. It's true. It is so true. And what people don't understand is that when they have a lesson, the quicker you learn it or get it, then you can move on to a blessing. But some are stuck in that lesson. it's like, I can't let go of this. I can't change. I can't be different. I can't not do this. Even though it would be better for everyone if they did, or stop doing what they're doing, because it'd be better for the world and for everyone. That's the human side of us, and that's the part of life that is hard to handle, because you've got to learn to overcome the lessons, see the other side, and move on. And you don't have to be right all the time. So what if you're not right? You've moved on and you're happier.
Does it mean like if you're not right in the head?
No, if you're not right about something, you're standing firm on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in your mind, it's the way to be, right?
Yeah.
And it might be. But look at the misery that's being caused because of it. Would it hurt to just bend a little and say, well, there might be a different point of view? Doesn't mean you have to change yours, but you don't have to be adamant on it.
Leonard over there.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
We missed some things here.
But I mean, seriously, this is a time that we need to reflect, not especially because of today, but if you can start the new year by standing on the right foot, so you start it with the right foot, I think we all would be better off for it. And I'm not saying you out there, I'm talking about us too. We have issues that we could learn from and move forward and get out of the rut. No one's perfect. We're not going to get out of here perfect. We're not going to get out of here alive. Everyone's going to die at some point. So why not make your life as happy as you can? And if that means bending and letting somebody else have a point of view that you don't necessarily agree with, bend. It's not changing your point of view. It's just learning to move on and be happier. And if they find out later you were right, then quietly to yourself, you can smile inside and say, well, I told you so. But you don't have to gloat and put it out there. It's just a lesson they had to learn. So I think the sooner that we get that, the easier it's going to be for all of us. We're all different. Thank God we are different. Would you imagine this world if we were all the same? What a dull world. If we all thought alike, looked alike, dressed alike, it would be so boring.
Wyoming's girl says inspiring words.
Oh, bless your heart.
So,
well, I mean, it's coming from my heart. I don't know if God put the words there. It's just me. I don't know.
So,
but I mean, I truly believe it.
Okay, sermon's over, so let's pass the plate. Everybody in the crowd, we're going to pass.
And as you can see, this probably fell on deaf ears.
No. See, Patricia says there's a few people I'd love to say told you so.
Oh, I know. But see, that's karma. If you did that, it would come back to bite you in the butt. Because what you do is say it to yourself and then just let them experience what they have to experience,
we live in a little town. It's not that little. It's actually a pretty big city. It's called Federal Way. And I'm going to, because Wyoming girl says inspiring words, JM says wise words, I'm going to name you the sage of Federal Way.
You what?
I'm going to name you the sage of Federal Way.
Oh, Lord.
For those of you that don't know, we're between Seattle and Tacoma. We're closer to Tacoma just a little bit, but not much.
Well, I guess I'm old enough to be a sage.
Yeah.
Almost 75. I guess I am. Jana says the recipe made 2 loaves, so I made garlic butter. Oh, yeah. You see, I'm not against garlic bread and butter. I'm not. But for the ritual, it's got to be plain French bread. But, I hope you enjoyed that for me as well.
Yeah, garlic butter on French bread, there's nothing better.
Yeah.
Okay. Allison says, I heard about that cold blast that's coming. Let's see. She said, lots of rain. I'm trying to find the questions.
I was going to say, there's 25 minutes left before you got to go get our French bread.
Yes, we have to be done at 2
We got to be done at 2 because we got to get the ritual done.
So 25 minutes.
Yeah. Ontario, Canada, Allison is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wyoming girl says that, I don't know if I read it. She's Happy New Year. We set up our abundance ritual.
That's good. That's good.
At 2. Let's see. Allison.
I really, I'm anxious. I want to know how this goes for everyone during the year. So when things happen, make sure you let us know.
Yeah. If you have a prediction for 2025, write them in there, because we are going to be on. We're not going to use them this time, but this just reminded me. You and I are going to be on the air on Cairo Radio with John Curley.
Yes.
At about 4:05 today.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
4:15, somewhere
They
in there.
want our predictions for the new year.
Well, he
from
didn't
us.
say that. He just wanted to talk about the 2025,
Well,
which
that's what it
probably have
means.
some predictions to it. Yeah, I would think so.
Okay, back to here. Allison says they answer the best part first. Oh, never mind. I read that part.
Oh, I didn't. Put food. Yeah, okay.
Crystal says, oh, I read that. Let's keep
Okay.
going. Leonard, anything for me, please?
Okay.
But then he gives a thumbs up, and then there's down here, he says, but can't say it. He's so lost in Christianity that he thinks me being spiritual is demonic.
Oh, dear.
Okay, Leonard, here's one thing you need to remember.
You know, though, I'm not putting him down for that because that is what they teach.
Right.
And that's a way of controlling you. But
and he says, I need guidance here.
Bless your heart.
Okay, Leonard.
You know what? I'm going to praise him for at least thinking outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Leonard, listen to this now. Think about this, and this is pretty much how you need to approach this. Jesus didn't preach religion. He wasn't a Catholic.
He wasn't anything.
He was Jewish.
Well, yeah, he was that.
He was
but
a Jew,
I mean, he wasn't
and his
like
whole life was about trying to reform the Jewish teachings of how they taught the what do you call them? The rabbis taught their religion. Okay, so here's the thing. Jesus did it through spirituality. So he didn't try to teach Catholicism, Lutheranism, Buddhism, anything.
Yeah.
He taught spirituality because that was his take, and the old guard, so to speak, for the Jewish people, their rabbis, everything was based off of the Old Testament originally. Okay, and then when the New Testament came about, it gave them the freedom to talk about things like we are in a more free way. So the New Testament was a a covenant between God and his people that said, okay, so we'll forget about the past, let's start this all over and look at things spiritually. And then a little later on, that's when Jesus came in. Jesus into the picture. Jesus comes in. He's trying to remind everybody about spirituality. It's like about spirituality.
Well, you know,
wait a minute. What your friend is thinking is that when we talk about spirituality, because we happen to be psychics and mediums, and we do this, approach it from the metaphysical point of view, because there is no religion out there that we want to attach ourselves to.
That's not true.
Because they're religions. No. Hold on. Because it's religion. We approach it through spirituality because we want people to understand that religion is controlling. That just the opposite of what the New Testament, the covenant, says, is that you're free to do this however you want, but do it spiritually. And that's what we do.
But we do call ourselves Christian.
Absolutely.
Psychics. Because I do believe in God. Both of us do. Yeah. And I don't give religion such a bad mark. I think at the time religion came about, they had to have a way to control people. Yeah. To keep them kind of going in the right direction. For lack of a better term. I think they have their place in society. I have always said that I think religion and spirituality should go hand in hand. Because if you truly believe Jesus is the Son of God and he's teaching spirituality, then God's about spirituality. He's not about the different sects of religion, at least in my thinking. But, I mean, if you could delve deep down into the religions themselves, I always get them mixed up. Whichever one broke off from another because they wanted to do psychic readings. Was that Presbyterian? I can't remember.
Well, there's
Baptist. I don't know who it was. Actually. I can't remember. Yeah. But we had a friend who was I mean, he's passed away now, but he was. Did they call him a deacon? Is that what
he was?
Charles was?
Huh? Bishop.
A bishop
in the Mormon church. Bishop.
Explain to me again. A bishop in what?
He was a bishop in the Mormon church.
Yes. And he said in the upper echelon of the Mormon church, they have astrology, they do readings, they have, the Catholics have the largest telescope looking out into space that there is. Yeah. The chair that the Pope sits in, actually when they took off the layers of paint, that chair had the astrology on the bottom of the chair.
Yeah.
It had all the signs. So I mean, I think astrology and spirituality, and yes, there is a light and a dark side, just like there's good religion and bad religion. There's cults and there's not cults.
Right.
So I mean, it's where you go and what you're drawn to, and I hope and pray you stay in the white light and are drawn to the white side in whatever endeavors that you do. But there's nothing wrong with being spiritual. I mean,
But there's another point, a way
because
to
if you
look at
look at what
this.
spirituality is, it's all about love.
There's another way to look at
That's
this
where the
whole
hippie
thing.
movement came from.
There's religion, and then there's Christianity, and then there's metaphysical, which they're all three different ways to look at the same thing, which
Yeah.
is spirituality. And whether, no matter where you come from, whatever side you're on or department you want to choose that to be in, that's fine. But you got to remember this: what is Christianity? It is something that word is, the first part of it is Christ.
Christ.
It's not about Christ. Christianity is the belief that Christ was the Son of God and was sent here to help. Okay,
Yes.
to
He
die
tried to
for
help
us,
the
to
people.
forgive our sins. But
Yeah.
the whole point is, man said, "Oh, that's Christianity," just like the Buddhists said, "Oh, that's Buddhism." Okay, so it's something that's man-made. Forget all that. Go back to the basic teachings of spirituality, what Jesus tried to teach and tried to get the Catholic, the Jewish rabbis to go back to the basics of spirituality, because Judaism was founded on spirituality. And I'm not a Jew. I was raised as a Catholic and a Lutheran later on in life, and I'm not into churches or religion. And that doesn't make me a bad person. Like Sharon said, we are Christian people,
We
and
believe in God,
we
and
believe
this is
in
a
God,
God
and
given
Jesus was
gift.
His Son.
This is a God given gift. I
Right.
don't think nowhere. If you're born with it, it comes from God. You had a near death experience. You went
Yeah.
up into the white light. You came back with it. So I mean, I know what he's going through. We all had to go and cross that so-called bridge of the people that would say, "You're doing dark stuff. You're going to go to hell."
Mhm.
All that stuff. We had to all pass over that bridge.
Right.
The part that I really look at is the people that are condemning me and judging me. They have no idea what we're doing or what we're really all about, and they're stuck in that dogma. So they don't know what spirituality is in the first place. And whenever we have gone to church, and we have, I have never seen, and I know there's good ones out there. I'm not grouping you all into a group, but there are a lot of people in church that put on the Sunday clothes, and then when they're there, I've heard nothing but snide remarks about the other church goers.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't make them holy if they go to church.
Mm-hmm.
How many people come home and hang their church up with their Sunday clothes? Then they go out into the room and they start cussing and telling dirty jokes and everything else out there.
Yep.
You don't have to go to church to be the way that you should be.
Yeah.
But church, I will say, I love going to church because I love the holy feeling every church has. That peacefulness, that safety. I do love the confines of a church in that respect. But to go there for church every Sunday, I feel our church is in our bodies. So if we respect our bodies, we're going to respect church. That's just me.
No.
So I mean, you're on the beginning of your journey, and it's how you want to proceed is totally up to you. But only thing I would say is stay in the white light. That's Christ's white light. Stay on the white side. Don't do spells. Don't channel anybody. Don't go into the dark side because there's nothing but misery there.
And let me clarify one thing. People say, well, you guys are mediums. You're channeling spirits. No, we're not.
Mm-mm.
We do not give up control of our body. And that's what channeling is. And we connect with them just like we connect with you on a phone call or on a video call or whatever you want to call it, in the ways that we open up so they can connect with us. But we do not give up control. We do not channel. And we do not condone that at all because it's something you are not supposed to be doing.
And usually the ones who condemn us are just ones that have no idea what it's all about.
Yeah.
And they're living in fear.
So we just smile and say, okay, have a nice day.
Well, yeah, because apparently they're not at that stage of their life yet.
No.
But living in fear is not a way to live. And the churches make you live in fear, a lot of them.
Yep.
But it's come a long way because we actually have friends in the Catholic Church that believe in us. And they believe in us because they say you're giving credit to God, which we are.
Yeah.
We don't give credit to anybody else for what we get because we truly believe God is giving us the gift.
We have friends who are officials in the Catholic Church, is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
And they even say that you're doing the right things.
Yeah.
So.
And there was actually, we went to a funeral a while back, and the priest there actually used the words the body was a vessel. Mm-hmm. I've never heard them say that before, mm-hmm. but they were acknowledging it, that they were just the host, and that the soul, the spirit went on. So that was kind of cool.
Shaylee says that holy moly, time flies. It seems like we were just here yesterday on the New Year's Eve.
I know.
Let's see. Shaylee says lemming culture. Lemming culture.
Lemming culture.
The Lemmings. Remember Grizzy and the Lemmings?
Yeah.
That's a Canadian show.
I got you. Okay.
Leonard says, I agree there. Okay,
and Leonard, whatever you get into, whatever you read, look at both sides. If it feels right, that's okay. If it don't, throw it away. It's got to agree with what you really feel is right.
Yeah. Shaylee says, the greatest lesson I have, let me put it on the screen. Greatest lesson I have learned in this life is accepting a life-changing traumatic event and understanding that I would not be provided an answer as to why exactly it occurred, that I chose to be, second part 2, grateful for the same situation literally being the greatest gift I shall ever receive. Skylar. That must be her son.
And lessons are really hard, and sometimes you will not know what they are till you get to the other side. You go, oh.
Is Skylar
but
a boy's
this side
name
is
or
hard.
A girl's name?
Pardon?
Is Skylar a boy's or a girl's
I think
name?
it could be either.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that's about the only thing you can do to have some kind of peace to move forward. Yeah, I agree. That was good.
Janice says that her recipe for French bread made 2 loaves, so she made garlic butter for the one.
We read that,
yeah. JM says, I second that, Skip. I don't know what it's about, but I'll take it. Janice says, I like Princess of Chocolates and Sparkles, but Sage of Federal Way is a close second.
Oh, I like that.
Debbie says her abundance is set up.
Yay!
She made it, even though she's sick.
Yeah. She's been really sick.
You and
she's
Chuck
had the COVID.
The flu, I think, or is it
No,
COVID?
she had the COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, it was official COVID. Yeah, she said her and Charles both have the nose and thing going on. It's pretty bad.
Linda just got my bread.
Okay.
So that's good. Catherine says, thanks, Linda. I got the same one. At least I got it right. Yep.
Yay.
Good. And Wyoming girl, any messages for me? Because of time.
Well, we got 15 minutes.
Type them in. Type in your questions.
There is a question. Any messages from Pat or Beverly? I think I read.
From Wyoming girl.
There, Wyoming girl. Yeah. I'm assuming. I think if I remember right, that's her mom and dad. If I remember.
This is weird because I'm assuming this is Beverly and Pat. If the male Pat is slicing a fruitcake, like a loaf, slicing it. I don't know if he liked fruitcake or it was symbolic of something
he
important.
Hated it.
And this female that's with him, who I'm going to assume is Pat or Beverly, it's weird because she's drinking tea, and it's like sugar cube. I think this is symbolic. Both of these things are symbolic of something.
Sugar cubes would mean it sweetens the life. Maybe it's a sweet life, because
don't know.
Fruitcake is kind of.
But these two are in an enclosed area in a room, which there's no doors on. Which is really weird to explain it this way. There's no doors, so it's something about being in this room together, and they're both happy and smiling. So there's a calmness about them. So I hope that gives you something.
What does fruitcake represent?
Oh, something good, because I love fruitcake.
Because I'm wondering, I'm thinking the sugar means it's sweeter. It's sweeter than life now. Sweeten the life. Okay, the sugar did. I'm going to see what fruitcake means.
Okay, while you're doing that,
because I think that'll make a difference.
I'm going to put Allison's question on the screen for everybody to read. But you want to go first?
Oh, so fruitcake, it's symbolic of abundance, prosperity, and good luck.
And what about tea?
Huh?
What about tea?
Oh, tea?
Yeah.
Oh, let me just answer that for you.
Does my mom... Patricia, you got to type in your mom's name, okay? Where am I at? There it is. Allison, you said, my question is, will Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome, my future partner, come into my life in 2025? I'm going to say yes. You're going to meet somebody. You're going to meet two people, in fact, months apart. One of them you're going to say yes to kind of more than the other. But I want to say this, unless you put on your Sunday best, go out and be out amongst the life that's out there, you aren't going to find this person. And for some reason, I keep seeing, this sounds really weird, but the word duck fart. And it's a drink,
It
a
is.
duck fart.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like you're sitting there, somebody orders a duck fart, or they offer that as a drink. I don't know what it is. And I'm not saying you're going to find them in a bar or that kind of thing. Could be just a restaurant that serves liquor, but you think, just keep those in mind. But you got to get out there and find him. Okay. What?
So we saw where fruitcake was abundance, prosperity, and I can't remember the third thing. But anyway, tea, tea it's like it's a time to quiet the mind, a time for slow introspection and contemplation, a time to look within and get to know oneself and one's world, a time of remembering all of the Zen monks, Taoists, Taoist,
Taoists.
Thank you, and tea masters who have guided our way, being rather than doing. So there was a very spiritual meaning to that fruitcake and tea, and the sugar means it's sweet. It's a good thing.
Okay. Good.
I like that.
Okay, so let's see. Where are we here? Just about out of time. We got 8 minutes, 7 minutes. Catherine says, agree what you're saying, and I'm a Catholic too. So, and
to me, there's nothing wrong with church. There are people who need that, and that's great. But if you don't, that's okay too.
That was 2 subjects ago.
I know. I just thought I'd throw that in.
Katrina,
it's hard to get off the soapbox.
Katrina's been having health problems. She says, doctor inserted a camera in her bladder.
Yeah.
And it did show 2 masses. Mm-hmm. I will be having surgery in the next 2 months. Do you feel like they are just tumors or something else? I think they are just tumors, is what it feels like. And they actually feel benign or just there, not something that you're going to have to do anything about after that. It's what it feels like. Yeah. I hope that's exactly what it is.
Well, from what you can see, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
I think they're going to say that they either got it right at the right time or just before. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like there's something they can't. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that maybe it had cancerous cells in it, but it's so early they can take care of it.
Take it all out, yeah.
Yeah.
But and we're not doctors. We can't diagnose or prescribe, but that's what it feels like, what we get off of it. Whoops.
Wyoming Girl says, they are our spiritual teachers. Can spirits hear us? And they can hear us real well. I'm sure they can read our minds if they want to. I mean, over there, you can do just about anything, as long as God allows it.
I agree on that part, as long as God allows it. But here's the thing. There are times when we connect with people on the other side. We will ask a question, or somebody asks a question, and I looked at your dad for one example, and if he would answer it, and he looked off to the side like this, like, can I say that?
Yeah.
And he came back and he shook his head, like, I can't answer that, or I'm not going to answer it, or whatever you want to call it.
There are certain things you're not supposed to know.
But I think there's a universal rule, if you want to call it that, where even God doesn't want to read your mind. He wants you to ask for it. The Bible says, all throughout the Bible, all throughout the Buddhist books, even in India, ask for it. You need to say it out loud.
Yeah.
And so I
Ask and
think
ye
that
shall
you
receive.
need to communicate with them by talking to them. And if you're lucky enough and you're practiced enough, you will hear them, see them, whatever, and answering you back and talking with you. But reading our minds, I think that's like I'm not getting anything from my daughter over here on the living side. So can I read her mind and see? I think they need to get permission to do that, because I think it's more of a you asking for what you want. You put it out to the universe, which is God, spirit.
Yeah,
Okay, and
but I'm
so
not
then
so I'm not so sure at times of trouble your ancestors on the other side can't read your mind and try to help you out. I do believe that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Josie says
But
that,
I'm not so sure everybody's psychic either.
yeah,
Some people say, oh, they haven't opened up to it or whatever. I think there are some people that come in for different experiences and different lessons, and they may not be able. My mom couldn't be psychic, even though, I mean, she had mother's intuition in a way, but I mean, she wasn't psychic. She
yeah,
was
I know,
scared of it.
but everybody has it. But whether it's you're here for that
See, I don't
purpose or
know
not.
that. I
Patricia
don't know.
says that my dad would come home from church and pour himself a vodka and a Coke.
And that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus drank
I
wine.
mean, there's nothing wrong with that, Yeah. I mean, heck, he can make wine.
Yeah.
Make wine out of water.
Josie says, when I say my prayers at night, I always thank God for sending his son to help us see the
Ah,
truth.
that's so
So
sweet.
Allison says, my dad was a Ryan Coke.
Rye.
Yeah.
What is rye? Is that a whiskey? I know.
It's a alcohol drink. Yeah.
Well, I
It's
know that,
like a
but
whiskey, I guess.
hmm,
I don't know how to explain it. It's made from rye. Um, let's see. Patricia says, does
5 minutes.
my mom Colleen is on the other side? What would she like to tell me? Ooh, this is not going to sound real great, but it's not as bad as you're going to first think. You need to prepare yourself for mid-January through mid-February. It's going to be difficult because you're going to need to work through some things. And she said, you'll come through it fine if you listen to me. In other words, she's going to give you signs, lead you, or that kind of thing. Um,
It might even come as what would mom do or say, and then remembering that's another way a message can come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. Catherine, she says in Ireland, she says, my son Jason going out with his friends Friday night, staying the night, will all go okay. He has social anxiety, the 21st, next Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah, I think it will.
It'll go all right. And you know what? This is kind of cool. This is like a self-healing.
Mm-hmm.
He's pushing his limits and forcing himself to deal with things, and he'll do it just fine. You'll hear about it. He'll tell you a little bit of how he did it afterwards, but you will hear that he maybe retreated a little bit and then he came back out. But this is good. This is a good thing. What do you say?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think he's finding out it's okay. He's finding out what he is okay, and it's not. I guess the only word that I'm hearing is healing. It's healing. It's
Yeah.
good for him.
Allison says, thank you. I'm looking forward to that duck fart drink. LOL, I got to run out and bring wood in the house. Just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate you guys so much.
Have a happy new year.
Yes. And Linda, she says, what time of year will I meet my special person? That's too big of an answer, a question to answer this way.
Special person could be several people.
True.
Special person that makes a really good long life friend, special person that becomes a significant other, special person that teaches you something. It could be a lot of people.
What time of year, Linda, are you going to put yourself out there enough to where you could meet this person? Are you going to take your trailer and go camping for 3 weeks or a month, and you run into this guy that's an avid hiker or camper and same interests, or are you going to go out and have dinner at restaurants, be in a lounge, have a drink, whatever. So I can't answer that because it's so wide open.
Well, what I'm getting is she has to be willing to open up and trust herself and her intuition,
Mm-hmm.
but also take down the wall, you might say, and don't have so many. He has to be this, and this. When you meet the people, take them at what they are, and then decide: is this somebody I want to be with or not? You know.
Wendy says, "My wish is for everyone tuning in today, along with Skip and Sharon, and everyone you love, to have a 2025 full of laughter, kindness, and patience. God bless us all." That's good.
Who? Yeah, that's beautiful. Who was the one that said, "When am I going to meet my tall, dark, and handsome person?" I can't remember who that was.
Allison.
I want to answer that by saying, first off, she's got to quit looking for tall, dark, and handsome.
That's true.
The best guy in the world could be 2 inches shorter than you, but be full of love and respect and take the best care of you anybody ever could and show you more love than you can handle. So take off the blinders and let Spirit bring the one that's meant for you to come to you. He might be tall, dark, and handsome, but if not, that's okay.
Linda says, "Oh, I like the wall." She said, "Cool." And Catherine says, "Oh, brilliant. Thanks a million." You're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome. But it's not us, though. Spirit told us all this stuff.
Here's somebody that I think is new to the show.
Oh, from Germany.
From Germany, Alexandra.
So, I know, the name sounds familiar.
Thanks for joining in. If this is your first time, if it isn't, welcome back.
Yeah.
But
Happy New Year from Germany. Yeah. That's cool. Yes, Skip's very proud of his German heritage.
I'm 100% Kraut. Okay.
So, no more questions?
Yes. So,
Linda, sometime when you come to the showcase, why don't we just sit down and throw the O cards and you find out why you have that wall and what's stopping you from being happy?
But you have to tell her
I'm willing to do that for you for free.
You have to tell her you're coming because she has to bring those cards.
No, I got the cards.
Oh, you keep them?
Yeah, I got the cards. Yeah.
All right.
It's time for
I don't do them. I mean, I'm the only one that does do O cards.
Of the week.
All right.
Well, I tried to get the lamest ones I could find.
Which is every week.
Oh, shoot. Where can you find comedians at a New Year's Eve party?
On stage?
Mm-mm.
Where?
In the punchline.
That one's 2.
Why did the clock join the New Year's Eve party?
Why did the clock join the New Year's Eve party? Because it was about time.
Oh, that's good, though. He wanted to make every second count.
Cut those people off.
You know what the best thing about the new year is?
No.
I get a brand new year and a brand new reason to procrastinate. Get it? Procrastinate. I'll do it next year.
They like that one. That was 300 people applause.
I can't believe it's been a year since I didn't become a better person. Get it?
You have one more?
Well, it's kind of this is it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
May all your troubles, if I could read, I wrote. Oh, may all your troubles last as long as your New Year's resolutions. That's my wish for all of us.
That's right. That's a good one.
Happy New Year, people. Get that bread on the Bible and let's have a good year next year.
Have a good one. Join us on Wednesday evening. Our Talking to the Other Side, our monthly event is this weekend if you're local.
And the next time we come on, I can say it's been a year since I've seen them all.
I haven't seen you guys since last year. So you guys have a good one, and we will see you when we are...
Yeah, and if you got time, check out John Curley today. I think he comes on at 3. We won't be on until about 4:15.
Yes.
4, 5, 4:10, somewhere in there.
4:05. Just be there by 4:05.
Well, he said 4:06, but if you get in there by 4:05, you should be okay.